sometimes we wonder, it's like, do I have purpose? Is there a specific thing I need to be doing? How do you hear and know what's for you? Well, there are so many paths to do that. And we love the idea that there are so many paths because there's so many you out there. And whatever way is going to work for you, we're going to help you to find it in yourself, because everything that's needed is right where you are. So how to hear your own call? You listen for the cues of what raises your joy meter. Pay attention to what brings you joy, and notice what you do extremely well without efforting and pushing and thriving. It's something that you naturally are able to do. That's your calling. The thing that people say to you, thank you, thank you, thank you for this. Thank you, thank you, thank you for that. That's your calling. So we help you to excavate what's happening in your life and help you to see that it's already there. So you hear your own call by noticing, paying attention, seeing what brings you joy. And when you get an answer about what your calling is, and when you answer the calling, it blesses everyone on your path. How many people do you know that are in the wrong place, doing something that's really not for them? And their energy demonstrates they're not in the right place for themselves. And so they are slogging through mud instead of lifting themselves up in the air, right? And so being in that energy of a person who's not following their calling, who's not in the right place for themselves, is something that reduces the amount of energy that's in the room. Imagine being that person who's in alignment with your calling, and how you can bless everyone as you move on your path. So you deciding to answer your call, you moving on your path, blesses everyone. And the way that came for me is I was sitting in a corporation, a billion-dollar company. I was one of 27 executives, 11,000 employees. And I heard clearly that this is not for you. Standing there talking about technology and numbers and profits and shareholders and all that, I did it extremely well. So what you do well isn't always the thing. It's about what also raises that joy meter, opens your heart, makes you feel like you're in the right place at the right time. When you start to feel out of alignment with yourself, which I did, and I was, being paid wonderful sums of money, and it was a great job, all those kind of things. But I literally came in and handed in my badge to the CEO and said, I can't do this anymore. There's something else for me. And you know what? I didn't have the something else. I didn't know what the something else was. I just knew that wasn't it. And so I opened the door for spirit to be able to rush toward me with what that next thing was going to be. And for me, it turned out to be that I was teaching spiritual principle without knowing I was teaching spiritual principle. So sometimes it's helpful to have an organization like an Institute for Leadership Lifelong Learning that's international for you to be able to align with, to see what it is you need in order to realize what's calling you. So I took that leadership, that executive presence, all those things, and then learned spiritual principle. And from there, I was able to launch into a ministry that matched with what I was really on the earth to do. And if you are wondering about that for yourself, you can go to the next slide, Amy. If you're wondering about that for yourself, following your own soul's mission, wondering if you're ready, wondering if this is for you. What I knew about myself were these things. I knew that growth and expansion was a priority for me. I knew that I had to keep pushing my edge. That was so important. I knew I wanted to take my leadership to the next level, because you can always be more. You can always be bigger in terms of how you're showing up. Not more, it's not all about how much more money you make, how big your title is, but you can still be bigger in your presence, right? Take your leadership to the next level. And you felt the calling, and then you want some expert guidance and teaching, because we all need community in which to thrive and grow. Just like any kind of plant or seed needs soil and nurtured soil to grow. So we can be that for you. And you've been looking for, what is my curriculum? What is the curriculum for me in order to carry myself to that next level of my leadership? And you have lived experience, many of you. Some of you may be coming from completing your education and knowing that this is your path, you want to go right to ministry. But many people have had second, third, fourth careers. And now you're saying, I know that this is my calling, and I have lived experience, and I want to integrate my lived experience with a spiritual calling. And ILLI is a place that can help you shape your own personalized curriculum and do just that. So I am so happy to be affiliated and associated, and to teach classes and be there for you on your journey. Thank you, Amy.
Yes, that's wonderful. Thank you. That's such a great encapsulation of, what people are looking for in this and what is special about ILLI.